Slime molds were earlier classified as fungi, but now they are no longer considered as that part of the kingdom. They are now placed in kingdom Protista, and more than 900 species of slime molds have been known. So let's study their general characteristics. The name slime molds is given to these organisms due to their gelatinous appearance. So these organisms, in some part of their life cycle, they have gelatinous appearance, that is, they have a slippery, or we can say a moist appearance, and that is why these organisms are called slime molds. The size ranges from few centimeters to square meters. So they can be as small as few centimeters, and they can be wide, they can spread to square meters, and then when they spread and they are huge, then they can weigh up to 20 kilograms. The habitat, these organisms are mainly found on dead decaying plant material. So that is why they are found in lawns or soil, forest floor or deciduous logs. And if we talk of urban area, then they can be found on mulch or in rain gutters, or they can be also found in air conditioners, especially if the drain of the air conditioner is blocked, then they can grow easily. These organisms have a nutrition which is saprophytic. So these are saprophytic protists, that is, they feed on dead decaying material, and especially the plant material. And they feed on the microbes that live on these dead decaying plant material, that is, they feed on those bacteria or on those fungi which is found on these dead decaying plant material. These occur as single-celled organisms in favorable conditions. So what are favorable conditions? Favorable conditions are enough moisture and food. Then they are found as single-celled organisms. Under unfavorable conditions, they aggregate together to form multicellular reproductive structures. These structures are called plasmodium. So whenever the conditions are favorable, that is, when there is enough moisture, there is enough food, then they remain as single-celled organism, that is, they can independently survive. But when the conditions become unfavorable, that is, there is less food and there is less moisture, then these organisms, they will congregate together and start moving as a single body. This organism, when they clump together, then they are called plasmodium. So this is a picture of a plasmodium when all the single-celled organisms under unfavorable conditions, they congregate together. And now this plasmodium will differentiate and it will form fruiting bodies. These fruiting bodies are called sporangia. So singular is sporangium, and when we talk of many sporangium, then it is sporangia. So you can see here there are many sporangia, and these are the fruiting bodies, and all these sporangia, they contain small spores. These spores, like whenever this sporangium is full, then it bursts and spores are released. This is the picture of a spore, and these spores are thick-walled structures. They are extremely resistant and they can survive for many years, even under adverse conditions. But because these spores are very light, so they can be dispersed by air or by any animal which walks by. So these sporangia are produced under unfavorable conditions, and when these sporangia are full of these spores, then they burst and all these spores are released. These spores, when they are released, they move by air currents and they can be dispersed through air or even by animals. And then whenever the conditions become favorable, then again they start growing, and they can, if the conditions are totally favorable, then they remain single-celled again. Otherwise, later on they will again form a multicellular structure. Almost no fossil record of slime molds is found. So why is it so? Because these organisms are found on dead decaying material, and that is very difficult to preserve. That is why slime molds cannot be preserved, and so there is no fossil record is found. There are some fossil records of the spores, because the spores are highly resistant, and that is why they can survive for many years. So there are some records of the spores, but not of the real organism. So I hope you have understood why these organisms are called slime molds, because of their slimy appearance. What is the kind of habitat they are found? They are found on dead decaying plant material. What is the kind of nutrition they have? They are saprophytic organisms, that is, they feed on dead decaying or plant material. And how do they survive under favorable conditions or in unfavorable conditions? So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like my videos, then do subscribe my channel and do not forget to like, share or comment. Thank you.